Did Jesus exist? Now, this is a question that people have been asking for centuries, really, since people knew how to read. So I'm going to answer this question for you today in a way that's simple and straightforward. Did Jesus exist? Yes. How do I know that? Because the Bible tells me so. And there's other sources for Jesus that he did exist. But am I saying that he's God or the Son of God or a prophet or any of these things? No. Obviously, I can't prove any of those things, nor do I believe in any of those things. However, there have been crazy tales about this man, Jesus, who is the cornerstone of billions of people's lives. So, did he exist? Yes. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John all say that he existed. All of those four Gospels are biographies on his life and on his ministry. Not so much so on his early life as a child, but nevertheless, it covers his ministry. What about other sources? Well, he's mentioned by the Roman historian Tacitus, as well as Suetonius, as well as Josephus. Now, all three of those people are not Christians, yet affirmed the existence of Jesus. So what this tells us, that Jesus existed, and that whether you atheists like it or not, don't be like Richard Dawkins, who made that famous error where he claimed that most scholars don't believe that Jesus existed, but some do. It's actually the other way around. Almost all, if not all, scholars in this area, Christian and non-Christian, believe that Jesus did in fact exist. One more important thing to note is which Jesus are we talking about? Are we talking about the Jesus of Christianity? In the human sense, yes, we are. Christianity, as well as those Roman sources that I mentioned earlier, they portray the most accurate perspective on who Jesus is, well, who he was, and those should be taken as your sources of truth. Why? Because they were written roughly within 100 years of Jesus's life and his death. So what that means is, when they were written matters. How many manuscripts and how many copies of those texts do we have? They matter. We have a lot. So we should settle. Jesus did exist. Christian and non-Christian sources agree that in terms of the human, the man you see in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John was real in every sense.